This is Dave Warner with Small Town Life, and today I've got Mike George with me. He's with Rock Valley Brewing Company, and we've talked about his kind of beginning story before, but we're going to do it again, and because I want everybody to know how he got into this darn business, because you were doing lumber and stuff, right? And all of a sudden you're doing beer, and then he's got a great festival coming up on May 18th. So, Mike, welcome to the show, and let's get this going.
Good morning, Dave. How are you today?
Good morning, Vietnam. No, all right, we're not going to go there. But yeah, so kind of tell me about, you were in the area. I know you talked about you were interested in wine, but what were you doing first with the lumber company, and then how did you switch over?
So I worked for my family's lumber business for a number of years. During that, I had a hobby of home brewing wine.
A hobby, you call it?
It was a hobby. Yeah. It was a hobby. It was a big hobby. But
yeah.
When I get into things, I usually get in at a larger scale.
Yeah.
I had actually looked at going commercial with it, starting a winery here, and we had some things that just didn't line up.
Right.
So I put that idea on the back burner for a couple of years. And
was it because the wine wouldn't grow well here? I mean, because there's a lot of New York wines now. It seems like all of a sudden in the last, 10, 15 years, maybe a lot more. We used to have grapes and maybe do Welch's or something, but wine has become bigger now.
Well, there's definitely more varieties of grapes available for winemaking that are well suited to this climate. Yeah. It was more of a property issue.
Oh, okay.
We had looked at some property. The sale of the property didn't quite go through. There were some other parameters beyond our control. So we like I said, we put that idea to the wayside for a little while.
Right.
And then I had a friend that had purchased his family's farm, found some wild hops growing on it, wanted to start a hop farm. So him and I looked into cultivating hops as a business, and I said, you know what, why don't we try brewing a batch of beer with these hops? And that's where it started, and here we are today.
So there is such a thing as wild hops then, huh? Really? I didn't even know that.
Well, I mean, it all grows.
Right, right.
Just a matter of isolating the different varieties and then cultivating them over the years.
Oh, that's interesting. So you were in the lumber business.
I was in the lumber business. Yeah.
So how long were you in that?
Many years. I grew up in it with my family owning the stores.
Right. So what was like the turning point for you? Like, I'm going to jump out of the lumber and I'm going to do beer. I mean, why did that happen? How did that happen?
Well, I had started the brewery. We opened the brewery up, and I decided it was time to make a change.
Yeah. But why did you even decide to get the building is what I mean is you're doing lumber, and then you say, I'm going to go full bore.
One of the things,
that's a big decision. That's a life-changing decision.
Yeah, it is. But, you get one life to live, Dave.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You only die once. So
that's true.
I knew Little Falls had a great resource, water.
Right.
We were just talking about this. So
before we went on air, we were talking water.
Yes.
Yep.
And I always wanted to start something of my own here that utilized that resource. And who doesn't like beer? You're an oddball.
I'm down there. I drink your wine and stuff, but
fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I thought, what a great thing to bring to the area here.
Yeah.
And my friend Christopher Connolly owned this old building, and we went in there one day just on a whim, I think, to get some equipment out or something. And I walked in there, and I looked up in the big area, and I said, Chris, you've got to sell me this building.
I didn't know Chris owned it.
Yep.
Oh, really? Oh, geez.
So we worked out a deal, and eventually I purchased the building from him, and I started doing work there. And
that was what was that building before?
It was a lumber yard.
Exactly.
How ironic.
How ironic.
Yeah, I can't get out of the lumber yard no matter how hard I try. So I was working there nights and weekends. I had a number of friends and family helping me as well. Can't leave them out. Their contribution is not to be forgotten.
Yeah.
So, but after 3.5 years of steady work on the building, nights and weekends after work, and many injuries, bruises, cuts, and a lot of blood, sweat and tears. We were able to open the doors, and we started out the original business was called Iron Rock Brewing, kind of paying homage to the rock here in the valley.
Right, a lot of rock here.
Yeah, and I think it was 2 weeks later, COVID hit, and our capacity was diminished, and we were throttled back right from the start. So I try to look at everything as an opportunity. It gave us a chance to kind of streamline our operations and really get our feet wet with things going forward. And the community stood by us 110%. I can't thank everyone here enough for that.
Right.
They really gave me a chance and helped me get through things. So we started out doing live music, and there was a moratorium on live music at the time.
A moratorium on everything. Yeah.
So we started putting some live musicians in, some bands, and the public really took to it. And I have a little bit of a music background as well. I played in a band for a number of years. Nothing professional, just a garage band.
Garage band. That's still good, though. That's cool.
It was fun. We had a blast with it when we did it. But we really enjoyed having music there, and I had a lot of people tell me it made them forget about what was going on in the world. Mm-hmm. It was a nice reprieve from the mask mandates and worrying about being sick and just being having a little normalcy for a change.
Right.
So
yeah. No, it's good. Yeah. And you've kind of become, it's become routine over there where you have music during the season, right?
Yes.
Not during the winter, you don't do it.
Oh, we do.
Do you?
We
Not
do
a lot,
music
though.
every Saturday.
Every Saturday?
Yep.
I thought there were a couple you skip, but all right, that's me.
In the wintertime, we scale things back a little bit. So the way the building is laid out, we have a large seasonal room, which is our main attraction, through the warmer months. And then during the wintertime, we scale back to our smaller side where we're able to heat it more efficiently. And we scale our music back accordingly, too. So we typically do solo acoustic acts throughout the wintertime.
Okay.
And we try to hire as many local acts as we can. I'm a local boy. I'm from Little Falls, and I try to take care of the local people here that have helped me out so much over the years. So starting in March, we opened up the big side on Saturdays for music and started having full bands again. And I tell you, there's no feeling greater than standing back on a Saturday night with the big sliding doors open and seeing a room full of people just enjoying the music that's in there and singing along to it.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, the bands will allow me to come up on stage and belt out a song or two with them.
Now that I have missed. Yeah. I have not seen that yet. Oh, we got to get that on film.
Yeah.
As many times as I've been down there, I have not seen that. Yeah. All right. No.
Maybe you'll catch it one of these days.
I got to, yeah. It really has. I think that's one of the things that Little Falls has been lacking is that entertainment aspect. And you are becoming a hub for that. So last year you were involved in the Powerhouse Rock Festival, right?
Yes.
And what did that do to you? That kind of got the idea in your head, didn't it?
Well, my friend Mark Regan came to me. He had stated that he usually has a band at his house for his birthday every year. So he owns the property across the road, the Powerhouse, and had asked me, what can we do to have a band here at the Powerhouse and people can drink your beer and come hang out? He says, probably just going to be 50, 60 people, some family and friends.
Yeah, not.
And in order for us to do that legally, we would have to get a permit from the city and a permit from the liquor authority and shut the street down and follow the rules. And it morphed from that into an event which we had just over 3,000 people attend.
It was amazing.
We had 6 different food vendors there. We had 3 bands last year. And it was absolutely amazing. It was so much fun. It was very stressful leading up to it.
I can imagine, yeah.
Once it was done.
And there was a little rain involved there, too, for a little bit.
We had 2 weeks of sunshine before the event and after the event, and it rained on the day of the event.
I know, but it didn't deter anybody,
It did not. It really, really worked out well, and everyone had a great time.
So that put the bug in you.
Yeah. So we had such a good response to that, and so many people ask us, are you doing it again next year? Only a fool would say no. So Mark bowed out of the festival this year, for some personal reasons. So we've branded it as the Rock Valley Music Festival. We have 4 groups coming this year. We'll be starting at noon. We have 6 food vendors again, just like last year, local food vendors. We have Max Sheldon opening up for us. We have a local band, the Valley Rockers, playing after him. We have a Syracuse-based grunge band called Seattle Suns, which has a huge following in the Syracuse area, which they played our place one time last year and brought a great crowd in from there.
And once they come here, they want to come back. So
yeah, we have a lot of repeat customers that come here, and one thing that I hear overwhelmingly is we didn't know this place existed.
Yeah.
And, our marketing department is horrible. It's me.
It's you.
It's me.
I know. It's the same as the one here. Yeah.
So, and then the last act, our big headliner is Tom Nitty and Ashley Bryant, featured on The Voice.
That is huge.
Yeah. And they had both played our place numerous times. Tom has played our place since we opened a number of times and done very well.
Yeah.
Both of them are extremely talented. And they may be bringing some friends in with them, too. So,
oh, really?
We'll see what happens.
Can't give a hint? No. Just having them, because his story of being on The Voice and everything that happened has been all through the Valley.
Yes.
So I suspect that will be a huge draw for here.
Tom is a great guy. He's very humble. And like you said, his backstory it's the American dream.
I know. It's awesome. So future plans, anything, what are we looking at? You get this festival out of it. And the thing is, we've talked music, but you've had a ton of really interesting events there. Chili festivals, chili cook-offs, and things like that. I mean, are you looking at doing some of those kind of different things again? Or where are we going after we get through the Rock Valley Music Festival?
We're about 3.5 years into it now. And when we first started, once things opened up after COVID, we really kind of hit hard and heavy with the festivals and the special events. I mean, we do the chili cook-off annually now. That's a big event for us.
So you're doing that again?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
We did a chicken riggy war with the 315 Foodies group that went over very well. We had over 1,200 people for that.
Yeah, that was big.
That was essentially put together in a 30-day notice. So, for us to have that kind of outpouring of support in a month's time, I think was fantastic.
Yeah.
We do a number of theme nights throughout the year. We do a Hawaiian night. That's always a good time. The first year we brought sand in and put it out in front of the stage, and everyone got a lay at the door, and we had people there.
That's lay versus laid, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm sure that happened afterwards, but that's
well, not at
business.
the door though.
No, it didn't happen there. I can attest to that. So. And last year we kind of fell off the wagon a little bit with some of those events. So we do want to implement some more of those in the upcoming year. So.
What about expansion plans, ideas? Anything brewing in your head you can talk about?
Honestly, I'm pretty happy where I'm at.
Okay, all right.
I know that you have to have some sort of growth to maintain your business, and we have a plan for very moderate growth. But as far as wide-scale distribution, that's not in my foreseeable future. When you have a good thing, let it be and be happy with it.
Yep.
And that's really where I'm at. My staff is absolutely phenomenal. I can't say enough good about them. I could never do what I do and keep my sanity the way I have. Of course, my wife would argue that.
Yeah, I've heard her say something about your sanity.
Without the staff that we have and her help as well. She has gone above and beyond to support me with this endeavor. And like I said, I can't say enough.
Awesome. So if they want to find out more, where do they go? What do they call? Where do they go?
So you can visit us on Facebook or Instagram, Rock Valley Brewing Company. You can call us, shoot us an email, or stop down and see us.
Yeah.
This time of year we're open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm usually around there evenings, Fridays and Saturdays, and as the weather gets warmer, I plan on being around a little bit more.
And do you change the hours as the weather gets warmer? Do you?
We do add Thursdays.
Yeah.
But right now we're operating Friday from 3 to 10 p.m., Saturday from noon to 10, Sunday from noon to 5, and if people are there having a good time, I'm not kicking you out.
All right.
So
awesome.
Come in, relax. enjoy a few beers. And we don't just do craft beer that we brew in-house. I actually do all the brewing there as well. Last year, we added a new wine tasting area.
Yep, Thousand Island Wines, yeah.
Thousand Islands. We've partnered with them since we opened up. We've since taken on the entire 23 variety line of their wines. Plus, we have their wine slushies during the warmer months. It's been a great addition. We have a local distillery, Dick and Dirt Distillery. We carry their full lineup as well, and then we have some specialty cocktails that we do as well. So we have something for everyone. We have non-alcoholic drinks as well that we can make up. So
I know you got a couple of times. I've got, what is it, Saranac-like soda?
Yes.
Yeah.
We try to.
That's some good stuff. The cream soda.
We try to do as much local as we can. Support local businesses.
Yep.
A lot of our suppliers are all local. All of our grain is sourced locally. Our hops are all sourced locally. So.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you being on the show today, Mike.
Absolutely, Dave. Thanks for having me.
All right, you're welcome. Talk to you later.